So this is the iPhone 14. Well, actually these are dummy units, and just like we do every year, let's take a deeper look at what will most likely end up being the latest iPhone from Apple. Now, I've been doing dummy unit videos for quite a bit now, and there's really never been a time where the dummy units we receive in the early summer end up being blatantly wrong. Sure, there might be a few small changes and measurements that will end up being wrong when the final product comes out in September, but I'm willing to bet what you're looking at here is pretty much going to be it. And if you're underwhelmed, I don't blame you, because the iPhone 14 will look pretty much the same to pretty much anyone who looks at it as the iPhone 13. We can just throw the iPhone 12 in there too, because, well, I think all three of them kind of look the same. Now, to be fair to Apple, these dummy units do not power on, and so I can't show you one of the major changes or display improvements that are going to be taking place, but if we look really closely, and I'm hoping this will pick up on camera, you can see the new pill-shaped cutout that's going to be on the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. This new cutout will come in lieu of the notch design that we've had for better part of the last 5 years. But if you love the notch, don't worry, it's not going away. It'll actually stay on the iPhone 14 and 14 Max models, and so you'll be able to pick up the notch on the latest iPhone 14 if you choose one of those two. Now, the two iPhone 14 Pro models will continue to support 120 Hertz ProMotion display technology, and rumors suggest that ProMotion is likely to continue to be a feature limited to the more expensive iPhone 14 models. Though some rumors have suggested that 120 Hertz refresh rates could be added to all iPhone 14 models, display analyst Ross Young believes that this isn't going to happen because of display availability issues. It's also looking like an always-on display will make its way over to the iPhone 14 Pro models later this year. Now, if you're confused a little bit ago when I said iPhone 14 Max, let me explain. For those who might not have heard, the iPhone 14 lineup will yet again consist of 4 devices, but this time, instead of a mini iPhone, Apple is actually going to go in the opposite direction and introduce a second non-Pro version of the Max size. So you'll have the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Max, and then the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So 2 6.1-inch phones, 2 6.7-inch phones. Now, leaked schematics over the last few months have been pointing to some changes in the body, but looking at these in person, I could not tell you a difference unless you specifically called out each one of them. In my mind, they look exactly the same, but when we look at some of the reports, there's supposed to be a larger camera bump, and it's supposed to maybe protrude a bit more or less. I can't really tell you if it's doing that. It looks the same to me. The camera bump as a whole does look wider, but I mean, overall, they look kind of the same. I do think it's strange to be holding a larger iPhone with a glossy glass back and aluminum frame again, rather than the stainless steel and frosted glass combo that we've been used to over the last few years, but you do get both options now. It's also hard for me to give you any real insight on the weight of the phone or how it feels in the hand. I mean, overall, the contour of the edges feel the same as the 12 and the 13. The weight is off because this isn't real stainless steel and this isn't real aluminum, and there's, no real parts on the inside. I mean, it's pretty heavy, but it's going to feel a little different compared to the real thing. But overall, in terms of looks, this is pretty much what it's going to look like. Of course, there are going to be other internal components, new camera hardware. Rumors have suggested a 48 megapixel main sensor capable of 8K recording. And then there's some other specific software features like always on display that, are going to be coming to these devices that I can't really show you in a dummy unit. But in terms of the look, expect it to look like the iPhone 13 with a slightly different front here, depending on which model you get. There might also be a few new color options added, with rumors suggesting that Apple will introduce a new purple color for the Pro models this year. But I want to hear your thoughts on everything that we just talked about. Are you planning to upgrade, by the way, to the iPhone 14? Or are you holding out now for the 15? And what features are you hoping for this year's iPhone? Please let me know in those comments down below. This has been Dan with Mac Rumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.